Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening community call. My name is Robin Blanc Mascari, and we get together here every Monday night as a community to build community, to share what's going on in the land of LifeWave and the Live Younger community, and give you updates and what's going on. So, tonight, what we're going to do is a little review of what happened over the weekend. And I'm going to start it out by sharing the training that I shared at boot camp. And so you get, I did it on the Thursday morning call. Gregory and I did it very rough and brief as a practice. But tonight I'm going to share the PowerPoints that I used, and we're going to jump right in. Then we're going to have some people who were there share some of their gleanings. And please put your camera off until I call on you. Thank you. Okay. It was so fun being with everyone. Oh my gosh, you're going to feel it in just a minute. So I'm going to get the ball rolling here and start out with boot camp. It was amazing. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'm on my own tonight. Uh-oh, tech support. Let's see here. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, end of slideshow. Oh, that's why. Let's go to the beginning of the slideshow. You can tell I'm, oh dear. Thanks for being patient with me. And thank goodness we have Liz. I'm going to stop the share until I get this right. And we'll try again here. Okay. We're going backwards. Okay. Now we're starting. I think we got it. Okay. We are beginning. And so I was given the topic to establish consistent income producing activities. And I want to start out with something that happened to me 25 years ago. I asked Gregory, uh, honey, would you teach me the comp plan? And some of you have heard this story, but it values repeating. He said, do you want to learn the comp plan or do you want to know how to make money? There's a bunch of people that study the comp plan and they know it inside and out. That doesn't have nothing to do with them making money. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is the activities that will earn you money. So let's jump in. So these are, oops, let's see. There's another slide that's not showing up. Okay, well, I'll start out with the non-income producing activities. And, we have talked about this on our calls before. And I'm not saying to not do these things. I'm just saying they're not income producing activities. So when you attend events alone, and when you think about opportunity events where you know the story, you know what's going on, and you go there by yourself. And it's the same thing every week, like Tuesday night. Now, it's a little bit different on Tuesday night because we have a different practitioner. But at the same time, what we want you to do is bring guests, and that makes it an income producing activity. Learning about the products and business. We want you to learn about the products and business. It's really important to learn about the products and business. It's not going to make you money, but it is important to do. And most people work this business part-time. And some people put in 2 hours a week, some people five, some people 10, some people 20. And at the same time, are they putting their time? When you have such little time, you want to make sure it's producing income for you. And we recommend time blocking. And you want to block time out to focus. It may be 30 minutes, it may be 45, it may be 60, with no distractions to really focus on the income producing activities because one person can change your life. You can get to the top of the pay plan with two people in a perfect world. It's not a perfect world. And one person growing on each leg, you have a growing business. Studying your back office. I remember I used to be one of those people that love looking at my back office. It was just really fun. You look at what's going on, what's happening. It's important to learn your back office, and studying your back office is a good thing because there's a lot of resources there. It's not going to earn you money. non-related chatter and discussions. And, I actually want to frame this a little bit differently. It's, our time is our most precious resource. We all have the same amount. How come some people are more successful than others? How come some people earn so much more than others? It's because they focus on the income producing activities, and they let in our business, we have the opportunity to leverage our time through people, through resources and tools. And sometimes when you're talking to people, you love talking to them because they're wonderful to talk to, but sometimes it goes on a little too long. And Gregory used to share with me, Robin, you're spending too much time with that person. I know some other people that are getting that same coaching. And if you're really, really wanting to focus and you have limited time, focus on the income producing activities. So let's talk about what are they? These are the things that I covered: making and expanding your contact list, contacting and inviting. And I'm going to go into detail on each one of these: sharing the products and opportunity, following up, enrolling, and then after enrolling, what happens? Getting people off to a good start. So let's jump in with making and expanding your contact list. This is something that um, my mentor said to me, that we all should be adding to our contact list every single day, like every day that you want to add people, because your network can become your net worth. And so develop have one dedicated system. If you're a paper person, have your binder, have your notebook, have your whatever it is, that you always put it back in that list. Because when you're out and about, as women, we carry purses mostly. And I have a little notepad in my purse always. And I'll jot down, I'll see someone out and about, and it'll remind you of someone I want to talk to. But then transfer it to that one system. If you're an electronic person, then transfer it to your electronic list, but keep one dedicated system. Again, always expand your list. And we're going to hear some fun stories tonight about how people expanded their list over the weekend. And then you want to regularly review your list. And when you do a data dump and put all these people on your list, and then you want to assess them, on their entrepreneurial desires or aptitude, on their, networking background, on their health background, who are good prospects for your business. And follow your hunches. I mean, sometimes I'll look at a list of people on my phone. It's kind of like there's a light that lights one of them up, and then I call them. And I'll say, you know what? Your name popped out on my phone to give you a call. So really trust your hunches and follow them. So now we want to look into contacting and inviting. Remember, our time is our most precious resource. And Tommy Hopkins, Gregory loves to share this: qualify before you present. Not everyone is open or interested. And I love Terry Warner's quote when she shared with someone, let's say you have a friend and they have a back issue, and you say to them, Sue, I found something, if there was something safe, natural, affordable that could help you with your back issue, what is your willingness and openness to learn about it? We're looking for people that are open. Not everyone's open. And then you go next, because we want to be respectful of our time and their time. So you connect with people first. We talk about this. It's a relationship business. You always want to connect first before you share. And that is one of the really, really important things to remember, because so often networkers get so excited. They want to share the products, they want to share the stories, they want to share everything right away without making that connection. As people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So take the time and be one of those people that connects because you don't want anything from someone sometimes, but do connect with sincerity and find out what's important to them. You've heard us talk about the magic wand. I have this magic wand. And if there was one thing, and I'll use Sue because I brought up Sue, Sue, that if in your health, that if it was better, would make the biggest difference to you, what would that be? And how would it change your life? Find out what's different, because what we're here to do is have people see that here's where they are, here's where they want to be, that we are the bridge to get them from here to here. So we need to find out where they are and where they want to be and what difference it would make. But we also want to ask them about their life and their lifestyle. So, Sue, if there was one thing that would make the biggest difference if it was better in your lifestyle, what would it be and how would that change your life? And so listen, and we have something to help with people's health and their lifestyle. Find out what's important to them and then share stories that are relevant to what's important to them. Okay. I just heard this story about this person, like you, that was a golfer and they couldn't play anymore because of their back. And they started using this product. Not only is their back better and they're out of pain, their golf game's better too. So we are here to sift and sort. We're not here to convince. If you ever hear yourself convincing, stop, and catch yourself, because it doesn't work. What's that old quote? Those convinced against their will are of the same mindset still. We don't want to convince, okay? So let's move on to sharing. So we talked about qualifying before presenting. And when they share their desired improvements that they want. If you can pick a relevant story like I just shared, about Sue and someone with the back, and relate it to them, because that will really, really connect with them, and give people enough information to make an informed decision. So when someone says, well, this is sounding interesting, I want to learn more. And something that my mentor named Gregory taught me a long time ago is our job is to give people enough information to make an informed decision. So, how much do they want? How do we learn? We ask. Are you the kind of person, Sue, that likes a lot of information, a little, or somewhere in between? And then give them the appropriate information for their appetite. Okay? And we also want to make sure that we're always asking people, are you interested, in a supplementary income? We get so excited about our products because they're the coolest, best products ever. And we want to talk about the products all the time. But in our world, so many people could use a supplementary income. And ask them, just ask them, and they'll let you know. We don't know unless we ask. Follow up. Oh boy. I don't know about you guys, but this is one of those things that a lot of us are not too good at. But my mentor, and you know who he is, taught me some great things about follow up that have made a huge difference for me. One of them is to keep the exposures close together, because the less you make, the less time you have between exposures, the less you're going to need. And he calls it rapid sequential exposure. The average person takes 4 to 8 times. I was different. Some of you might have been different. For me, when Kai Jacobson talks stem cells, I said, how fast can I get it? But everyone's different, but keep those exposures close together. But this one is the master key. This is the one that's made the biggest difference for me personally. Never end one exposure without scheduling the next. And whether it is a prospect, a customer, or a brand partner, remember it's a relationship business, so we want to stay connected with people. And the fortune and the friendship are in the follow up. I shared a story from my past. I was at a networking conference, and there was two women up on stage, and they were talking about follow up. And they said every time you follow up with someone, there's a string connecting your heart to theirs. And every time you follow up, that string gets thicker and thicker and thicker until the point that it becomes an unbreakable bond with your relationship with that person. And so it is a relationship business. You've heard me say that a few times, haven't you? And then, when you're following up, remember, Sue, when we talked about last time we spoke, and you mentioned that Your bad back was keeping you from doing things you love, and you'd love to be able to get back on the golf course and the tennis courts and get down on the floor and hang out with your grandkids. Remember that? Remind them. Take notes when you talk to your prospects so you can remind them of those things. Then, you do enough follow up, guess what's going to happen? Someone's going to say yes. And then what do? You want to get them started. So you want to enroll them in what is best for them. And what the fastest teams are doing, you know, in network marketing, simplicity and duplication is what equals success. And there isn't, I want to change my languaging on that one. I just caught myself. X39 is the way we start most everyone. Most everyone. If there's an exception that they've had an accident, they have a serious illness, they're not sleeping, they're in serious pain or a recent injury, then we might include some other patches. But X39 is the star of the show. You can put it, it's the most comprehensive patch. You can put it anywhere and it's going to go where it's most needed. It is the simplest thing. And when we started, um, I went to the conference in 2020 and they gave this award for the top people, the people that got to SPD in less than a year. And there were five people on stage, and all five were on our team. And when it was over, there were people, and we were new in the business. We started, I started using the product in November of 2018 and started building the business in February and became an SPD by August. And people said, "What are you doing?" Because they've been around for 15 years and I was brand new. And I made it to the top rank. And, Gregory wasn't with me at the time, but they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "A single product focus in a multi product company." For all those other people that had been around, X39 was the next patch. For me and for us, it was the only patch. Okay, so keep it simple, keep it duplicatable, and let people know that X39 is the long game. It's going to repair and regenerate the damaged cells that are causing the problem or the things that are affected during the aging process. Help everyone get started with the health tracker, and then help them understand the benefits of being a brand partner. You know them. I'm not going to go into detail with them, but help them get started at what's best for them. And then our job is to help people, get off to a good start. So when you sponsor someone, it is a sacred and serious responsibility. Send a welcome email, schedule a personal planning session and basic training. Keep it simple. When people are starting, have them just go to the getting started section, do one, two, three, and then set up a planning session. If they do those daily action plans, they are the income producing activities. That's the daily action plan. Our job, remember, business is a vehicle to get people from where they are to where they want to be. So help them get their desired outcome and work with the willing. We play checkers. I make a move, you make a move. I make a move. If you don't make a move, I don't make another one. I let people know. So these are the things that are the master skills and income producing activities. And so I'm going to stop my share here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that one. And now what I want to do is bring on some of our special guests that agreed to share very briefly, a minute or less, the impact of going to boot camp. Boot camp is a corporate event, corporate sponsors it, but all the training is done by the field. And so let's see what they let me well, let's see. I'm not going to share that now. I'm going to pull on a few of our people and have them. Oh, Jane, wait a second, Jane. I don't want you coming on first yet. I want to call on people. And so I know she's excited because Jane had such amazing things happen. So let's start out with Janet Hudson. And Janet was there, and it's always wonderful to see you, Janet. So why don't you briefly share what was the value to you and your business of being at boot camp?
I really didn't know what to expect. It was our first time at a boot camp, and I was blown away, to be honest with you. The energy in the room all the time, the presenters that did such an amazing job at each place, all the stuff that was given away by corporate, and the sense of humor by some of the speakers I didn't know had that kind of sense of humor. It was just really amazing. Some of the takeaways for me. I had written some stuff you said, Robin, but I'm not going to repeat you. You are the CEO of a global health and wellness business. You are, and to really take ownership of that. And if you're talking, this really spoke to me. Okay, as a nurse anesthetist, as an advanced nurse practitioner, I always felt like I had to know everything and talk about, it's just you have to be the expert. But if you're talking, point to a tool because the expert is anybody but you, and to get that third party involved is what you really need to have the most impact on people. And so doing three-way calls or three-way Zooms or getting people into a room and having other people give testimonials, those are the things that make the most impact with people. Um, and the other thing that really impacted me, I really try to do team success. Like I send cards, I send gifts, I do social media posts when they rank advance and those kinds of things. But doing some special events, and you think of the higher ranks as you want to do something really special for them, right? And I decided, no, every rank is special, especially to that person. So during the presentation on that, I'm texting my team that just made manager and all her people under her and texted them all and say, we're going to have lunch and we're going to celebrate this person and set up a meeting to do that right there during the boot camp because I thought this is great. This is a perfect idea to really celebrate people.
I
And
love it.
yeah, the last thing I want to say is Peter knows when he said, I don't know if he said that or if he's quoting somebody, but business is done at the speed of trust. And that is so true. So to be your authentic self, people really do feel the
Uh-oh, she froze. Oh no. I'm I'm glad that was your last one, Janet. So thank you so much, my dear. That was fabulous. And what Janet said was really
that when
fab.
you're authentic. Figure that out.
Okay, great.
There you are.
Thank you, Janet. That was really wonderful. And if you're talking, you're pointing to a tool that is from Darren Hardy and Making the Shift, which I recommend everyone listen to. It's in the Getting Started section under the network marketing videos. If you're talking, you're pointing to a tool. Okay, so let's now go down back to Florida and have Chris. Why don't you unmute and bring yourself on? Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
There she is, our world traveler. Oh my gosh. So it was wonderful to see you too. So why don't
Yes, you
a bit of,
too.
just, in a minute or less, what was your takeaway of the value of being and how it's going to affect your business?
I was just felt such a blessing being there with so many caring, loving people.
Mm.
And I mean, I just didn't want it to end. It was just such a fantastic feeling. And it did.
Hmm. Uh-oh. Wonder what's going on here. Is she frozen for you guys too? Darn. Hmm.
A lot of things from your talk, which you just went over, so I'm not going to talk about those. But a couple little things that I was going to say, being new to MLM direct sales, is that I liked the go to your contacts and people you don't remember to copy and paste them messages and say, how did we meet? And I don't remember you, and just start a relationship again with those people. And I don't have a lot of on mine, but there was a lot that I couldn't remember. So I started doing that, sending that out. And I also liked, somebody said something about, we always see the recommendations from Facebook for friends, and I always ignore that. And somebody brought up how instead of ignoring that, to, to find something in common with them and to invite them to a Zoom, spend a little time to get to know those recommendations and then maybe invite them to a Zoom. But yeah, it was great. I'll be going to another one as soon as it comes out. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Wonderful to see you and John. Great to see
Thank
you.
you. You too, hon.
Okay. And Teresa, you want to unmute and bring on your camera?
Hello, everyone. Well, I'm going to take it from a different perspective than your other ladies. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was really interactive. We were all on a journey. I mean, some of the speakers were there and they're telling how one gal went through the airport, and I've always seen her face. I was on a journey with her and I couldn't wait to tell her what a great job she did, because if you were sitting in those seats, you were on the journey. And corporate did a fabulous job. One thing we did was, I'll wrap this up quick, is we had a little contest to take 5 photos with a sleeve of patches, so that we could win a prize. Well, I had a brand new person there on our team. It was a great learning experience because she had to go cold call, and it was a younger person asked her a question and she started going like, because I wanted her to do exactly what I told myself, point to the tools. I don't know anything. And it took all of the lessons that we have all heard multiple times, and it caused all of us that wanted to be engaged to take action. It was great. I recommend that corporate do more of them, because that was my favorite LifeWave event ever.
I love it. Thank you. It was so great to see
You're
you.
welcome.
I love that. It's so fun. Okay, and we're going to finish up with Jane. So Jane, I know you're excited to share, so come on in. There you are.
There we go. Oh my gosh. So
And
I kind of have,
briefly.
okay. I have so many notes. You guys, this weekend was awesome. Robin, it was so incredible to spend time with you this weekend, just kind of in a one-on-one setting with a smaller group of people. Jake and I loved every second of that. I'm just going to talk really fast because I got a lot of stuff that we did. Over the weekend, that challenge of going out and meeting 5 people and taking pictures, we actually did that with 13 people, and all 13 got patched. We followed up with 8 of them. Some of them I haven't heard back from yet, but we will hear back from them. Today, we mailed out 2 sets of patches to new people. We met with a new person today who is enrolling tomorrow. We sent out a newsletter to our team. Jake and I earned/won 4 sets of patches over the weekend, which will all be used to patch other people or share with new people who are getting started. Friday night, we enrolled a new person. We put together Zoom information for new people for all the calls coming out. We helped one person who is having some technical difficulties with her email with corporate. So that's all done and taken care of. We added a boatload of new people to our list that kind of came up in our phone list. Let's see, we've put together a daily action plan, and I feel like there was a lot more that we did today, because I'm not kidding. We got up, we were up and at it at 8 o'clock. We had somebody come and repair our front door. That was part of it too. But we did so much today that we have not done with our business before. And sometimes we get into a pity party, I feel like, of things aren't happening for me, but you got to look in the mirror and say, things aren't happening for me. Why not? And sometimes you got to turn the piece of paper around and say, because you're not doing what you need to be doing. And so, we came to LifeWave from a different company, like a lot of different companies. I've been in the industry for a long time, a lot of different ways of doing things, that we've had to kind of step back and change our wheels on the bike. to pedal a little differently. But this system is giving us everything we need to succeed. And if you don't get your people to these calls and you don't get people, to your leadership, you're making a grave mistake for your business because, you know, Robin, I mean, oh man, she probably looks at her phone when I call and go, not again.
I know, I love seeing you show up. Jane, let's finish because we got lots more to cover. And I just want to say, Jane was so excited because she took it seriously and her business changed
It
because
did.
of one exercise. And there is no excuse from anyone. I don't know who to contact. I ran out of people. That exercise proved to everybody that
It did.
anyone, yeah, and they were giving away a sleeve of Eon, and people went for it, and they had a great time. Thank you, my dear. It was great to see you and Jake in
Yes.
person. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And congrats to everybody that was there. It was so worth it.
Yes. Okay. Well, as you can hear, it was an amazing event. We had Janine Weber, who's our brand new North American sales director there, and we got to meet her. And I sent Meredith a message saying 2 thumbs up for Janine, and Dustin, who's the Western regional manager, and Geraldo, the Eastern regional manager, and Garrett, who's the North American country manager for US and Canada, was there. They all did a fabulous job. They gave away lots and lots of goodies. People were excited. And so it was wonderful, wonderful trainings. And Jeff, will get to you another time. I got to meet Jeff Price. I did invite him to come on at the last minute here. And it was wonderful to meet so many people in person for the first time that we see on Hollywood Squares. So boot camp was a success. The company's doing it several times a year. Encourage your people. People flew in. We had Corolla and several other people coming from Canada. People came in from all over. So what I want to do is just really quickly, let's see if I can find it. I had it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want to bring up the newsletter, and I need to find it. So I'm going to see how I can do this. Ha, 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 ha. It went away. Okay, so um, Liz, are you around? So she might not be. So I will briefly go through the newsletter without looking at the newsletter, just because I remember it. And I did have it up ready to go, but it poofed away. Things do happen like that. Okay, so I will talk about the newsletter, and we won't be sharing the newsletter because I just don't have it easily accessible. I had it all planned. I really did. Um, there is a special going on with the performance bundle. You get a free silent night, and what Dr. Stacy did a wonderful product education. Garrett did a wonderful compliance education, and Dr. Stacy was given the okay to not be compliant in her product education, which was great. And she talked about silent night. You need to give it time because it resets your circadian rhythms. So if you don't get the results right away, stick with it for several weeks before you make a decision on that one because it does take time. So that is the special going on. We do have a call tomorrow night. We always have our showcase, our Power of the Pat showcase, and that is with Dr. Henrietta, hosted by Anne Moreau. That'll be a fabulous call. This is a call to bring guests. That's an income producing activity, in case you didn't know. Sunday night, the Connie Zoom Doc Talk. Oh, amazing. When I first saw that call, I said, I think I should retire. It is brilliant. And I bring guests on every week, and they call me back and say, "Hey, I want to try this." So really, really, really utilize the tools. Really, because we have amazing tools that leverage your time to produce results. Um, let's see, that's the only other things that are going on this week, I believe, that are important to know about. And so I want to thank everyone that shared tonight. It was wonderful. Let me see if there's anything in the chat that is important to take a look at. Um, that's great. So great stuff, everyone. Yeah, it was, being at boot camp was for me, it was like Teresa said, it was just really fun. And I learned a lot from so many people. They were all SPDs that were training, and there were so many SPDs that I have never met before. When Gregory and I became SPD, there were only 12 in the world, and now there's hundreds and hundreds. And so things are growing really fast, and everyone has unique wisdom to share. And so it was just a gift to be there, to see you guys in person, to have little snippets of time here and there, and to glean the wisdom from so many wonderful leaders. And you'll be hearing from people over time, and you're going to hear people say, "Stop it." And so you're going to have to ask whoever went to boot camp what that meant. But bottom line, if what you're doing isn't working, stop it. And that was something that Garrett showed a video of. Oh, what was his name? I forgot. I see his face. Anyway, it was really fun. Like you heard, it was interactive, and it was very, very valuable. So it was great to be there, and we missed you that weren't there, but next time, make a point to get yourself there, because you will find it incredibly valuable to build your business. That's what it's for, is to give you the skills and resources to build your business. So I want to thank everyone who shared this evening. Thank you all for being with us. It was really, really, really wonderful. To be with you tonight and to share the energy and excitement of what we went through. Love to all. Bye bye.